guys, my room is an absolute state right now. Like my bed is a mess, whatever. But ow, I really needed to sit down and just film some raw footage right now because this is all happening so quickly. It's the 29th? It's like the 30th of January, I think. Don't quote me on that, I don't know. I've slept too much. I was told 2 days ago that my prescription for testosterone is just being put through, okay? Now, at this point, very few people know, and this video won't be out until obviously I've announced that. But I am so anxious. It's not that I don't want it, because obviously I do. It's that I have so much anxiety about how my changes are going to happen and how I'm going to react, and like it's all exciting but nerve-wracking at the same time. And I don't know, I just felt like I needed to sit down and film, so I did. I'll be starting on Testogel. So obviously you guys well, some of you all know that's different to injections, and that's something I'm worried about. Like, I don't know how my body's going to react to that. I don't know if I'll absorb it as fast as some people have, or like if my changes will happen as quickly. And I think that's what's making me anxious, because I'm like, I've wanted this for so long. So yeah, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning and I just sat down and filmed because I don't know, I'm nervous but I'm excited, and it's crazy. Like, this is madness. I didn't think that I'd be here. I didn't think I'd get to this point so like quickly, even though it's not been quick. Like, and a lot of my friends turned around to me like years ago, because this is how long I've been waiting, and they were like, one day you just won't have to wait. And I was like, yeah, but I will have to wait. And it's got to that point and I'm like, all that waiting was worth something. And do you know what, I'm so glad I had to wait in a way, because it makes me appreciate it so much more than, say, if I came out and I just got it straight away. And obviously for some people that's how they go about things, and that's worked for them, and that's really great. But I feel like I've had time to grow as a person over the time that I've had to wait, so I'm ready. I'm not jumping into it. I've given myself time to think over everything and analyse what's going to happen. And like, if I was put on T, say when I was like, I don't know, 16, then see, my phone was an idiot and decided to cut me off there. But if I was put on T at 16, I would have had to make some really big decisions, and for a lot of people that's okay and they're fine with that, and that's what's right for them. But if I had to have made the decisions that I've made now at 16, I think I would have had a lot of regrets. Even though my decisions haven't outwardly changed since I was 16, I feel like I've had time to take those decisions in. So, for example, the decision to have kids or not. I want to have kids, I do. But I've now come to accept that I'm not going to have my own kids because of how I analyse it in my brain. So I'd rather have a child who's genetically unrelated to me rather than me be my child's biological mother, if that makes any sense. And over the time I've had to wait for testosterone, that's given me time to like fully accept that. And even over the last few weeks, I was like sat talking with friends and I was like, is this the right decision? I need to think now, because once I'm on T, there's no going back. And I feel like I've matured enough to understand that properly. And I feel like although people who are young are like, they're so incredibly frustrated by waiting, I feel like sometimes that wait can be worth it. And I know it sucks. I really know it sucks. It does. But you need to work out some of these things before you go on T, before you change things, because this is your whole life, and if you're making a big life decision at, say, 15, 16, you might regret that. And I'm not saying you will, not everyone does, not everyone regrets it, and some people are really happy with their choices. But for me, even though my choices haven't changed, and I've always stuck by what I've not always stuck by the same thing or how I would go about, say, having kids, because at one point I was like, well, I'll just adopt, and then I looked into other options. But when I was, say, 16, I didn't really think about other options. I was just like, I'll adopt, it's fine, whatever. You know? But this is your life, like, this is your future and your family's future, and just be patient. That's all I can say. Find yourself as a person, because tea isn't going to fix everything, and I know that. It's going to help me a lot, and it's going to make me feel a lot more comfortable, but it won't change everything. It's not going to fix everything, and I think I should appreciate how far I've came in the time that I've not been on tea, because that's a big thing too. So if you're not on tea, or you're waiting, or anything like that, and you think, God, I've not got anywhere, just look back at the places you have been and where you have come. Say if you came out, that's such a big achievement. If you had your hair cut, I never thought in a million years I would ever have my hair cut, and my hair's been short for 4 years now, and I couldn't think of it as any different. And those things are big things, even though they don't feel like it, they are. And you will see that as you go along in your journey, and appreciate it more as you get older. And I feel like I am so lucky. I'm so lucky to be where I am. And do you know what? If I didn't have the friends and family I do, then I would still be waiting. And at my age now, I feel like I am ready, and that would suck. That would suck if I still was waiting, and I'd still wait another few years. Like, that would crush me. And I'm very glad that I get to be on tea in the next couple of weeks. Like, that is craziness. I will be on testosterone by the time before I'm 19, which I am so incredibly lucky for, and I appreciate so much. I know that other people who may come up later might not be in as privileged situation as I am, and I hope for everyone who is waiting that you get where you need to be as soon as you can. But in that time, just grow as a person and take everything with a pinch of salt and enjoy the ride, because this is your whole life, and things are not going to be easy, and nothing's going to be simple, and it's not going to just fix everything. So just enjoy the time that you do have to wait, even though it's really difficult. Just try to note down things that you have done and the things you're excited for. That's pretty much it. I just thought I'd film some raw footage at 4 o'clock in the morning. Is it 4 o'clock? 4:45 in the morning. Because I've had a lot of thoughts, and yeah, so there we go. Bit all over the place, but thanks for watching. If you want to leave a like, don't feel obliged to, you don't have to. If there's any kind of questions or anything like that about anything I've said, because I know I've been a bit all over the place, then just ask them in the comments. I'll try and reply to them all, because I try my best to reply to everyone. And if you want to I can't speak. My social medias will be in the description. If you want to subscribe. Hopefully my content should be a bit more fun and upbeat soon, but this channel is going to be so much of my documentation of my transition, and if you want to be here for that and you want to see that, then subscribe, and I will see you all later. Have a beautiful day. Bye.